In the Far East, where American soldiers are fighting, there are more races of brown-skinned people than in any other theater of war. Among the natives who live in the country from Singapore to Li Qiang are found skin colors ranging from almost black to light tan. It is among and with such people that American soldiers are fighting Japs. In Burma alone, there are the Karins, the Kachins, the Shawns, the Chinese, the Burmese, the Nagas, and the enemy. It is a country where a white face stands out like a bullseye. And that's why we developed war paint. This is it. From this one color alone, you can change a white skin to match that of a Burmese, a Karen, a Kachin, a Shawn. How this is done is taught to the native student agents. It is part of their training in how to help Americans in the jungle. Few of the students speak English, so an interpreter is used to pass the instructions along. He explains to them that war paint was originally developed right in the field to meet jungle needs, that it is made up of chemically pure iron oxide ingredients mixed together to obtain the desired color, that it will not hurt the skin. The interpreter also explains the various uses of war paint. For instance, this man, a white man, is going to be very conspicuous on jungle trails which are closely watched by the Japs, whereas dressed and colored like a native, he might well get by without exciting suspicion. Right? Okay, here's the way you put it on. First, the skin must be thoroughly washed, absolutely cleaned of all natural grease and oils. Leave this damp, but not wet. The shade of color is determined by the amount you use. A little goes a long way. Start out with an amount about the size of a pea. Then rub the palms together to dissolve the powder. Now work briskly over the whole area, not picky, but with the flat of the hand, until dry. That's near enough. You don't have to match them exactly. Be a John Doe native color, and you've got it. Learning is by doing, so the boys pitch in and try it for themselves. An hour or so of practice is all they'll need. These native groups know Burma. They know that the war paint will give them greater freedom of movement behind Jap lines. Complete coverage is essential. Apply it on all visible skin and a bit more for safety. Using the same color, you can see how a white skin can be darkened to match the other two legs. Here, the white and the northern Burmese compare very well with the man from south of Mandalay. When darkening the face, remember 3 rules and you won't have any trouble. First, it must be washed absolutely clean of all skin oils, particularly around the nose and hairline. Second, work it fast and damp, not wet. Third, get complete coverage. Eyelids, hairline, back of the neck, deep into the ears and behind them. Have someone check this for you. Be sure you've covered every spot. Specially trained troops in Burma, many of whom are now operating with natives behind Jap lines, learn about this skin color in the final stages of their jungle training. GI mosquito repellent can be used as a liquefying agent. Pat it smooth instead of rubbing it on as with water. War paint is not meant or expected to make you look like a native at close range, but from a little distance away it'll make you look much less like a white man. Depending on the beating it takes, an application of war paint will last from 4 to 12 hours, but even in bad condition you'll still have a brown skin. Don't forget to blacken your hair. Get one of your men to help you with this. For the short hair on the sides, blacken the scalp itself, staying about ½ an inch inside the hairline. Draw a ¼ inch line on the skin and the eyebrow and soften the edges. Now rub the hair blackener out to the edge of the hairline. Out of this patrol, which man do you think the Japs would shoot at first? The Kachins or the white? Actually, you're looking at 3 Kachins and 5 whites. Here's a man who knows this war. He's been fighting in it since 1937. Abyssinia, Libya, Crete. He was a commando in the Badger raid. Then to the Far East, where he fought the Japs in rearguard action down through the length of Siam and into southern Burma. He walked out to Kunming, China, through some of the world's worst jungle, most of it crawling with Japs. Since then, 16 months of guerrilla activity in Burma. When it comes to jungle warfare, he knows what it's all about. Do you like that stuff, Bob? You going to use it? After all, it might be a little thing like this that means the difference between this and this.